What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's Cholula's Comics, and I'm here bringing you episode 2. That's right, episode 2 of Wolverine Wednesdays. Today, I'll be reviewing issues 1 through 3 as introduced in Wolverine Volume 2, the 1988 series, which is his first full-length series, aside from the miniseries, which we reviewed last week. Here I'm back in my room. I'm finally back in my comic book room. I got it all cleaned out, so I'm happy to be back in the man cave, so to speak. So these are the issues that we'll be reviewing. Wolverine #1 from the first title series. Awesome iconic cover right here. What's really cool and interesting about these books that I'll show you guys is that they actually have art in the back of every issue. This one here, issue #1, it's actually art by John Byrne. You guys can see that. I don't have a backing board on it right now just because I wanted to show you guys the backs of all 3 of these issues. Iconic cover right here. I mean, I don't know how many times we've seen something, this cover swipe or, this being paid homage to in other books. So that's issue #1. Here's issue #2. Awesome iconic cover as well. One of Wolverine's first fights ever with the Silver Samurai. It's a red cover. You guys already know I love my red covers, so this is an awesome iconic cover. And then in the back, we have art by Bill Sienkiewicz. So this is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys ever collected the Wolverine series Marvel cards, but these are some of the ones that you would have seen there. And finally, issue #3. And again, this is another one that also has awesome cover art in the back. And this is by Kevin Nolan. Sorry about the glare. One of these days, I promise I'll get me a better camera. So these are really awesome issues to get slabbed. I mean, if not just because, they're the Wolverines. It's Wolverine's very first, long-running series, and it's the first 3 issues. But also because, they have awesome artwork in the back by some of the best artists, of the day. So, you don't have to worry about backing boards or the boards or the books themselves getting messed up if you get them slabbed. So you can display the front or the back. So these are really cool books that if you ever want to get slabbed, those are good ones to do. I know I'm waiting. All I'm waiting on is one of these days I'm going to get these bad boys signed. But anyways, without further ado, you guys, let's get to it. Let's get to the review. Hope you enjoy it. Alright, you guys, so let's go through it. Book 1, which is also titled Sword Quest. Here we get the first appearance of Wolverine as the character, his alter ego known as Patch. The storyline is set in the city of Madripoor, which we'll get into a lot more further down the road in the storyline, which is a really important city for Wolverine and his storyline. We see, like I mentioned before, we get this beautiful artwork on the back cover. We get 2 covers for the price of 1, which is cool. Beautiful artwork by the great John Byrne. And we also get an early look at the Muramasa blade, which is one of the only weapons on Earth that can actually cause permanent, long-lasting damage to Wolverine and pretty much any mutant that has a healing factor. But we'll get into that a little bit later down the road, because that basically we get introductions to a lot of key things that end up being, I guess, key elements in Wolverine's storyline. The book opens up with a really cool fight scene, as most of Wolverine's books do. Here we see the pilot of a recently downed aircraft in Indonesia. He's tied up and he's facing off against the Prince of Pirates. The fat guy. His name is Banapur Khan. The pirates are there basically to loot the cargo off the ship, murder the men, sell the women off into slavery, do other gross, disgusting pirate stuff. Stuff the pirates do. Lucky for him and the rest of the people that are there, the boy Wolverine, he's there. He's ready to handle business. As Wolverine is fighting through, I don't know, 100+ pirates, he takes the readers through introduction again. We get the famous tagline of, "I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice." While he goes on fighting through these 100+ pirates on the island, he tells the readers, that he's a mutant with a souped-up healing factor. That he has an enhanced strength and agility, he has keen animal senses, and he has an adamantium laced skeleton, which makes him nearly unbreakable. Soon we find out that Kojima, who is one of Wolverine's longtime friends, and he's also the secretary and right-hand man to Mariko Yashida, who, if you guys saw Wolverine Wednesday, the first episode, that's Wolverine's longtime love, and she's the ruler of the Yashida clan. Um, so yeah, so we see Wolverine there with Kojima. He's explaining all these things as he's fighting for his life, and he's telling us that basically that he's an X-Man, and that means he's not supposed to be a killer. Killing should be saved for his last resort. But for our good buddy Wolverine, that killing is second nature. He takes the world as it is. He says, you come at me with the sword, I'll meet you with one. Expect mercy, show a little first. And that's just a little bit. Again, it's another great line of dialogue that I can't afford to skip that, because it gives us a really good insight into Wolverine and his sense of code and honor and duty. And the whole time he's telling this about himself, he's ripping through these pirates left and right. The passengers, he says, weren't the first to die in this place. Some of those folks died fighting, some praying, some accepted their fate, some cursed it, some begged for their lives. Most were terrified. The details don't matter. What's important is that they died, and those scales have to be balanced. As Wolverine finishes the last of the pirates off, he sets his sights on Khan, who, the Prince of Pirates, and he immediately takes a hostage. Khan tries to make his way back to the docked boat in order to make his escape. And here we get another taste of, we get a glimpse of Wolverine's calm and collected side. He lets Khan think that he's going to get away, and at the same time we get a taste for just how strong his feral abilities are. The reason that Logan's so calm is he can smell the ocean breeze. Basically carries the scent of the stewardess from the flight. The stewardess had stowed away on board the ship. Another thing that he smelled was the gun that the stewardess was carrying. So he knew the stewardess was waiting on ship. She was waiting for Khan to get there, basically so she could kick him off the boat, and then Logan could kick his butt. After this little scene, Logan makes his way back to his boy Kojima, and unfortunately for him, Kojima ends up dying in Logan's arms. But we get some key information. Kojima informs Logan that the pirates were after the legendary Muramasa sword. It's a blade whose legendary evil is known to consume the souls of men. He tasks Logan with its retrieval and protection. Kojima dies in Logan's arms, but Logan reassures his friend that he died an honorable death and a true samurai. Next, we see Logan in his alter ego, his alter persona known as Patch. For some reason, Wolverine, much like our buddy Clark Kent, Superman, thinks that putting an eye patch over his eye and wearing a hat will hide his identity. I don't know why comic book characters do that, you guys, but basically, as he's there at the airport, he bumps into this woman whose name is Lindsay McCabe. She is the roommate of Jessica Drew, who you guys all know as Spider-Woman. Wolverine knows that it would cause way too much trouble if she recognizes him, so he's Patch. I guess he's Patch for a little while. So Patch knows Lindsay's in trouble, and he keeps a real close eye on her as she checks into her hotel room and is quickly approached by the cult following the Black Blade, aka the Muramasa Blade. They know, or they have some intel that Lindsay is supposed to be the courier for the blade, and they want it. So, but luckily for her, Patch is here. He's to the rescue. After Patch and Lindsay both get down, get their hands dirty, and fight these fools off, Patch informs Lindsay that Kojima, her point of contact, is dead. She lets Patch know that she's only a decoy and that the real courier is on her way, and she has the blade, and it's actually Jessica Drew. And that's the end of book 1. So yes, that is the end of book 1, and that is the end of the first part of episode 2. I'm going to have to do this one in 2 parts just because it's getting a little bit long and it's getting a little late. But I'm going to try to knock this one out tomorrow and technically still finish it for Wolverine Wednesday. So sorry to leave you guys on a cliffhanger. I wanted to close out this storyline. It's a 3-book storyline, but got a little late. But I wanted to post something for early tomorrow morning. Yeah, so that's it for right now. I will be posting something hopefully tomorrow, if not very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed what I got so far, and hope you guys tune into the next one. You guys already know. Until the next time, this is Cholula's Comics. And until the next time I see you, keep stacking hella comics.